In the sleepy town of Willow Creek, where the hum of cicadas drowned out most evening chatter, Lena Carter's life was as predictable as the sunrise. A data analyst for a small logistics firm, she'd settled into a cozy bungalow on Maple Lane, a street lined with picket fences and nosy neighbors. Her days were spent crunching numbers, her nights lost in true crime podcasts and a glass of Merlot. But on a muggy Thursday evening, as the sky bruised purple, her routine shattered in a way she could never have predicted. It started with a flicker on her laptop screen, a notification from her home security app. Lena had installed the system last year after a string of petty thefts in the neighborhood. The app pinged, showing motion in her backyard. She tapped the alert, expecting a raccoon or a stray cat, but the grainy feed revealed a figure, slight, hooded, standing motionless by her shed. Her pulse quickened. The figure didn't move, didn't pry, just stood there for exactly 17 seconds before vanishing into the shadows. Lena checked the locks, her heart thudding, and called the police. By the time Officer Hayes arrived, the backyard was empty, no trace of an intruder. Probably kids messing around, he said, but his eyes lingered on her shed, as if he sensed something off. The next morning, Lena found it. A small, metallic device taped beneath her patio table, blinking faintly. It wasn't hers. She called her friend Nate, an IT guy with a knack for gadgets. He arrived, squinting at the Deviseo wireless signal booster, high-end, military-grade. "This is weird, Lena," he muttered, turning it over. "Someone's using your Wi-Fi to amplify a signal, but it's encrypted. I can't crack it without serious gear." Unease coiled in her gut. She wasn't tech-savvy beyond her spreadsheets, but she knew enough to sense trouble. Nate disabled the device and took it to analyze, promising to report back. That afternoon, her neighbor, Marjorie Dunn, knocked on her door. Marjorie was a retired librarian with a penchant for gossip and a perpetually sour expression. "Lena, dear," she said, her voice dripping with false concern. "I saw that police car last night. Everything all right? You know, people talk. They're saying you're mixed up in something unsavory." Lena's jaw tightened. Marjorie's people were the Willow Creek Community app, a digital cesspool of rumors. Lena brushed her off, but by evening, the app was ablaze. "Suspicious activity at 14 Maple Lane. Heard she's running some kind of operation." Police were there for hours. The lies stung, but worse was the sinking feeling that Marjorie knew more than she let on. Days later, Nate called, his voice tense. "That device? It's relaying data to a dark web server. Someone's using your network as a proxy for illegal transactions, crypto, maybe drugs. The signal's bouncing through your IP address." Lena's stomach dropped. Her Wi-Fi password was basic, unchanged since she moved in. She'd been hacked. Nate urged her to secure her network and report it, but before she could, her doorbell rang. Two men in suits stood on her porch, badges gleaming. FBI agents Morrow and Klein. "MS. Carter," Morrow said, his tone clipped. "We need to talk about your connection to the Phantom Network." Lena's world tilted. The Phantom Network, they explained, was a shadowy syndicate trafficking in stolen data, credit cards, identities, corporate secrets. Her IP address was a hub for their communications, flagged after an anonymous tip. "I'm being framed," Lena stammered, her analyst brain kicking in. She showed them the security footage, the strange device, Nate's findings. Morrow's eyes narrowed. "Who'd want to set you up?" Lena thought of Marjorie's smug face, but it seemed too petty. Still, she mentioned the rumors, the community app. The agents left, promising to investigate, but their skepticism was palpable. That night, Lena scoured the community app. Buried in the posts was a comment from an anonymous user, Maple Lane Watcher. "She's hiding something. Always secretive, working late on that laptop. But it's not just spreadsheets." The words chilled her. Someone was watching her. She checked her security logs and found a pattern. Brief, cloaked connections to her Wi-Fi, starting 3 months ago, right when Marjorie's grandson, Tim, moved in. Tim was a quiet, gangly 15-year-old who always carried a battered laptop, his face lit by its glow. Lena had seen him tinkering in Marjorie's garage, but she'd never thought twice about it. She called Nate, who dug into Tim's online footprint. "Kid's a ghost," he said. "No social media, but he's active on hacker forums under the alias Cypher Kid. He's got skills way beyond his age. Lena's mind raced. Could a teenager orchestrate this? She confronted Marjorie, who scoffed. Tim's just a boy playing games. But her eyes darted nervously. Lena's suspicion grew when she found another device, identical to the first, hidden in her mailbox. This time, she didn't call the police. She took it to Nate, who cracked its encryption, revealing a single file, a log of transactions, millions in crypto, funneled through her IP. Hidden in the code was a taunt. Catch me if you can, L. Lena shared everything with Agent Morrow. The FBI raided Marjorie's house, expecting to find Tim, but he was gone, his room empty except for a post-it note. Game's not over. The transactions traced to a dark web server, the Phantom Network's core. Lena, leveraging her data skills, helped the FBI analyze the server's logs. They found a pattern: every transaction coincided with Tim's visits to Marjorie's. He'd used her house as a base, piggybacking Lena's Wi-Fi to mask his tracks. But there was more, a hidden message in the server's code, a cipher Lena cracked using her knack for patterns. It read, "The Queen protects the King. Follow the whispers." The Queen was Marjorie. She wasn't just a nosy neighbor. She'd been covering for Tim, spreading rumors to deflect suspicion. The King was Tim, the Phantom Network's prodigy, orchestrating a global scheme from his grandmother's garage. The FBI arrested Marjorie, who crumbled, admitting she'd suspected Tim's hobbies, but thought they were harmless. Tim, however, had vanished, his laptop wiped clean except for one file. A video of Lena's backyard, time-stamped the night of the intruder, with text overlay. Checkmate, Cypher Kid. Lena's life unraveled. Her accounts were frozen, her job suspended pending investigation. The town shunned her, the rumors now painting her as a criminal mastermind. In a safe house, she works with Morrow, hunting a teenager who's always 3 steps ahead. Her bungalow, once a haven, is a fortress of paranoia, every device a potential traitor. Tim's last message haunts her. "You're a pawn, Lena. The board's mine." The war isn't over, and in this game, Lena's not just fighting for her Nimesh's fighting for her soul.